Brooks Stadium in Conway, South Carolina would appear to be a far cry from the classics. But Chaucer would be very proud of the fight that his Chanticleers will bring to the teal. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Chanticleers offense takes the field. And this guy feels like a throwback. Back in the day, the running backs were always the stars. This guy fits that mold.
And he can do a lot of different things, too. He's not a one-trick pony. This guy can tote the rock. He can catch the ball. He can block. We might even see him throw the ball in this game. This is a jack of all trades.
He'll toss it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
This offense has a second down play. They'll go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. Those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens, but you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
I love wide receivers that want to get involved in the running game. It's not enough today in college football to want to catch the ball. You got to be able and willing to run down the field and block somebody as well, and you saw it right there in that QB run.
Wants to throw. It's down. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. From the gun to give, looking for room. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Throws to the wideout. Finds space on the right. And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll leave it with him. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. With the run on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
The defense there has their backs against the wall. That's a great job of really just gearing down, getting some push up front, not giving away anything, and making that play and that tackle.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, it's down. They're bringing heat. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. He got it. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked. They kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. The coach has to be happy with that.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And there's no doubt, guys, we will be focused on these 2 star playmakers on the outside.
I'm curious to see how much man coverage we're going to see today. I don't know if either of these defenses is confident enough to go mano-a-mano with these 2 dudes on the field. They're 2 of the best in the nation.
These cornerbacks aren't looking for man-to-man coverage. I can promise you that. They're like, give me some help over here. But we're going to see some split screens, and we're going to see who had more catches, who had more yards. We're definitely going to be breaking that down this game.
Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. He'll keep it himself. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw for it. Now improvising. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. Now they're going to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
The incomplete pass leaves them with 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The Yellow Jackets have this offense rolling. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Bringing it back.
said, there's a couple plays a game where you go back and you look, you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off of it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Yellow Jackets headed quickly to the line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. They'll run the screen. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll try the right side. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got his man. And that's not going to be a 1st down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains. The Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. Leaves it with the back. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple of carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Back to pass, it's Dell. Makes the grab over the middle. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. Those 3rd and medium calls needed 4 there, and they got it using the quick passing game.
And I think, Reese, on those 3rd and short situations, I think you also know the ball's going to come out quickly. And you got to take away that quick stuff right now, but the QB gets the football, immediately sees the slant, easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker.
The play action fake. Unloads it downfield. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
You see in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage. I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. That's the end of the period, and Coastal Carolina has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. First down to start the drive after the break.
3:25.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves the chains for the first down.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
And the Chanticleers have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. And guys, they've come through on the first 2 third down tries. This one might be a little tougher. Back to throw, it's Dell. It's on target and complete. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the quick shuffle pass. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Makes the grab. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Power football with the run. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires one high and deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead, put a drive together here, and build on that lead.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. To the air, it's Dell. Getting some heat. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. The Chanticleers will punt it away on 4th down. Just needs a crack to get a return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
You know, one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in the last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward, but let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. And the Chanticleers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it at the 15. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They've had to punt the last couple of times they've had it, David, now trying to put something together.
Well, Reese, you know how much I love punters and kickers. Like, you don't want to see them very often. Those are not guys that we want to see on the field. We want to do something else and be a little bit more productive offensively here.
And I think, David, on this drive, the quarterback's just got to settle down a little bit. These last few drives, looks like he's seeing ghosts. We've seen him force the football. He's missed a couple of throws. He needs to just take a deep breath and play within himself.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. The Yellow Jackets come to the line in the hurry-up. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Looking for a deep man. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And everybody knows when you're running that play action, that fake has to be great. Everybody has to bite it for it really to work. Defense didn't bite it, didn't bite the bait, and then after the quarterback, got him on the ground.
Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They go to the ground. And sure, tackling there to keep them from getting to the first down marker. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The shot that clears will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. A first down for the offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Scrambling away. Trying to make magic with his feet. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Looking to move it through the air. Throwing right. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Flips it out to the back. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Looking to go up top on first down. Flips it out in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they try to bang it in with a run or go over the top? And a sack all the way back at the 5.
All right, nice job, defense. Backs against the wall. You did your job setting up for down. Just be careful, though, because this is a team that's shown they can fake field goals. Your guys have to be alert.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Oh, the attempt is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. Time dwindling try to put points on the board right before the half. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there in Conway. And it's been a clinic in fundamental defensive football. Both teams have been relentless and ball hawking, refusing to give an inch. This is the kind of slugfest that real football fans love. Crushing tackles and dudes flying into gaps and passing lanes. A testament to the discipline both of these teams have shown. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Stadium.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and that they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches. I pick my offensive coordinator's brain, so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Oh, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback on the keeper. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They're working that left side, and he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Not really looking to score threes. It would have been a 50-yard field goal attempt. The offense trying to convert on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. And the Chanticleers are on the move. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Unloads to the right. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. To the air, it's down. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Chanticleer! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, a very interesting scene playing out right now in this marquee top 25 matchup. USC is currently working from behind, but in front of a packed Coliseum, anything is possible. That fight song, those uniforms, momentum can change quickly. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Clemson.
They'll throw it on first down. Buys a little time with his feet.
Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. Finds the tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The give to the left. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll go to the air. Moving out of the pocket. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. The Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He's got it. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. At the 45 on its way. They finally make the stop at the big run. Is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Shoots it to the left. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? And this center down gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Picks up the first down. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, goes to Carolina.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the 33-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points, and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Yellow Jackets are on the move. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Takes a handoff, and he's going right. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Boyd. And down after a terrific pickup. And the Yellow Jackets will line it up on 1st and 10. Gets it out quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire. That linebacker showed that there.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking left. It's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Dell. Fires left. He makes a catch. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
When you're running the curl route against zone coverage as a QB, you know you've got to get the receiver the ball quickly. This quarterback has a cannon for an arm. He showed you on that last throw, and the offense picks up the 1st down.
play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
I'm not trying to catch the ball as a defensive back all the time. I'm just making sure you don't catch it. Great job getting the deflection, fight through the hands, and make sure he can't put his hands together to try to catch that football.
One final play before the end of the quarter. On third down, going up top. He's going for a big play downfield. And that pass is intercepted. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. That's the end of the period, and Coastal Carolina has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20. The Yellow Jackets moving quickly to the line. Off the play fake. Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs.
And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. And the Yellow Jackets have their offense in high gear. To the ground with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Troy is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. They're trailing by 11 to Illinois. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. Shakes off the defender. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs. He's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. Let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that, you're running full speed with everything you have. A lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot.
Oh, look out. There he goes. He's at the 30. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
The defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
The shot that clears will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. Okay, ready? 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Moves. They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to management. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
The Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Completes it in the middle. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Handoff to the single back. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After that last loss, it's second and 12. Leaves it with the back. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He'll pull it on the read. We'll give him a couple on that one. Second and 8 coming up. Trying to pound it on first down, now back to the line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
Man, it's just so easy as a play caller when you know you've got a difference maker at the quarterback position, right? A guy that's not just going to hurt the defense throwing the football or with his decision-making, but David, also when he just decides to take off and run it himself.
And it's frustrating on the other side. As a defensive guy, you don't know where he's going to be. I can't blitz from off the edge. I don't know which edge he's going to be on. He can roll the other direction, and with a quarterback that can do so much with his feet, it makes life really hard on defensive coordinators.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Chanticleers are flying down the field. Dropping back, it's Dell. They've got the screen set up. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Here comes third and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. To the ground to try to move the chains. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Chanticleers have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close at the line of scrimmage.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. No time to feel sorry for yourself here, Jesse. There's still a chance, but you've got to get it going now.
No doubt. 2-possession game at this point, right, David? Not a lot of time left, so execution has to be at a premium here.
Yeah, and I probably want to go fast. I want to throw the football. I don't know how many possessions I got left. I got to make them all count.
Myers on the move. Got it in the middle. It's Hawkins. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
He'll come out throwing on first down. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Just under 30 seconds left, so they've got a chance if they can get this onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.